Welcome to Soul, a weekly entertainment show on fashion, arts and culture, relationships, and mental health. Our co-hosts are Imani Warren and Dr. Delvena Thomas. Now introducing our host, Nicky Says YOLO, Nicky Gelin.
Bum, 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 bum. Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of MIA Magazine Presents. So I am your host. I'm Nicky Says You Only Live Once, and we have two special featured guests today, y'all. So our first guest, she is a recording artist, actress, author, and she's none other than Raquel Herring. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Hello.
I love your energy. Your smile is so contagious.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So tell us when you first discovered your talent, and what is your talent?
My talent, well, singing and acting. And so my mother discovered my talent. Well, actually, my cousin Trinier, she heard me sing at my mom's party. She was having a party one evening and she heard me sing and she was like, oh my gosh, she can sing. And Trinier's like the queen of freestyle there in Miami and like everywhere now, right? So she told my mom, yeah, right. She told my mom she can sing, and my mom's like, what? Because like my mom's not gonna be like trying to like big her kid up, and it's like not for real. So she needed proof, and then she felt she got some proof. So yeah. And
so
then
you were like 7. You were 7 years old? Yeah.
I was 7. And my cousin was like she was in a pageant. So my mom and her got me on there as a guest performer and I sung And I Am Telling You, and the crowd just went wild. So I think then my mom was convinced.
Okay, wait, what song did you sing? What song was it?
And I Am Telling You, Jennifer Holiday.
All right. So now, as you got older and you got more discovered, you were on the Disney's Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah.
So what was that like? Did you have to audition? Like, how was it?
Well, first I was on Star Search. So at Man Star Search, and I was on there like for 8 consecutive weeks. I won the show, so I made history doing that. And then I won Best Teen Vocalist, Best Teen Performer, 2 championship titles, and I made history doing that. And then I became the first little Black girl on Disney Channel's all new Mickey Mouse Club. Yes. And that was fun. I did audition for that. My mom heard about that audition and we drove to Orlando, and that's where I got
and it was history. It was history.
Yeah.
So you were pretty young. You were still like probably a preteen around that time. So your mom was very instrumental with being with you all the time. So how did you ever feel pressure or feel intimidated being in that industry at that age, at that time?
No, not really. I don't recall a time that I felt pressured or intimidated at that time. No.
Okay, I'm just because fast forward 20. What happened?
It was exciting. It was fun. It was like, oh my gosh, I love it.
Good. Yeah, that's good. Because I know like stories coming out now, it's like, whoa, that really happened back then. So I just wanted to know if there's, if is any kind of advice you can give or any experiences you've been through that you can share. But again, I'm glad that you had your mom there who had your back to make sure that you were protected.
Right.
And that's very important. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how is the industry different now than when you first started?
Well, like you say, a lot more stuff is coming out now. Yeah. Have somebody with you, and be yourself. Know who you are, at least as an artist, to be yourself and stay true to yourself, because there's like so many things that are happening and coming out. I didn't experience a lot of things, but mostly what I experienced were people saying things or insinuating things as I got older. But thank God I didn't have to experience like a lot of things that are going on. But yes, it changed a lot. I mean, what has really changed that has been fortunate is that people can be independent. Like you can like really get your things out there, your stuff out there. Because before you used to get signed, right? Mm-hmm. So you'd go in, they'd hear your music, you'd sing or whatever. And that's how I got signed. But I'm not quite sure it's like that anymore. I think mostly people are getting discovered off of like YouTube and social media,
Mhm.
or maybe you know someone. And before, of course, we didn't have that. So even
Yeah,
though it seemed hard then,
you gotta
I
drive to
think
Orlando, girl.
right,
Now it's
exactly, exactly.
virtual.
Fly to LA. You know, you had to do things like that. But yeah, now
Yeah.
been made more available for people to be more independent as an artist.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to that. I mean, now it's more easily accessible. You're able to put yourself out there through different platforms, but
Yeah.
I think now it's even more now competitive
Yeah. Yeah.
because we have direct access to talent.
Yeah.
So that's what I
Yeah.
would add to that as well. Now
Well,
you,
also you have to develop yourself. I mean, like now people are like before there was artist development, but now like I think you have to come developed, you know.
like what you said earlier, be yourself,
Be yourself.
know your
Be
aesthetic,
true
be
to
authentic.
you.
Exactly.
Because they tried to change some things. Once I got signed, oh, you need to be like this, you're too soft, you need to be hard. I thought we were doing like Whitney Houston, Celine Dion. They wanted me to be like Lil Kim. I was like, what has happened here?
I was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
That's who
myself.
I was told I needed to hang out with because I need to harden up. I was like, I
Yeah, no, I'm
don't
glad
know.
you
That's gonna work.
you stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
So you just released a tell-all biography
I
titled
did.
"Fallen Up: The Unstoppable Journey of a Tear."
Yes.
What is it you need to tell us about this biography?
Everything. I go through talking about my time as growing up in this industry as a child performer, a child star, growing up and coming into adulthood, and what that experience, has been in making that transition. Even my experiences in entertainment as an adult, and how that was so much different than when I was a child, and all those things that came from that. And then I talk about marriage, my thoughts, my beliefs about marriage, and I talk about discovering music again, getting back to that place where I felt good about doing music. And then I just talk about those things that I've learned from being in this business, from growing up in this business, and excelling to sometimes felt like, obscurity. So that's those different things that I talk about and share my experiences and advice.
Yeah, and again, I guess a part of your journey was going into the gospel. So you're
Yeah.
now singing gospel music. So what shifted your journey into that direction?
I wanted to stop doing music like for a while. But I couldn't. I just couldn't stop. I couldn't get out of the business, but I wanted something that was more fulfilling. And after praying about it, I felt like God was after me for a minute to like really get back. I need to sing. I need to sing. But I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And then when I finally like submitted, those were the words that came up. The words about, King Jesus, I love you, your word is true, it's all that I need. I got a new man,
Oh yes, girl.
he's everything, he's never gonna break my heart and hurt me, so
Yeah.
those are the
I love
different songs that from my heart pouring out about the Lord. And
yeah.
that's the direction that felt really good, praising and worshiping. I love it. Um I love what it does, where it takes you, where it takes the audience with you to a place of serenity in like God's arms. And that's what I enjoy about praise and worship. So that's why I do it.
Congrats on that. I'm so happy that you found like your freedom. You found like your mental escape. Like you love yourself, you know who you are, you have this biography. And I'm pretty sure
Thank
it was really therapeutic for you to just write everything down on paper. You were like
Yeah.
purging
I
your life experiences in your book and then singing the gospel. So super, super happy for you. And where can
thank
we
you.
find more information about your book and what you're up to?
You can find me on raquelherring.com. I keep that updated. Plus, my social networks like TikTok and Instagram, I'm on there all the time.
Oh,
So
okay.
I try to keep everything updated, and that's where you can find me. And then you can listen to some songs on YouTube.
Yes.
and see some of my work and some of my music on YouTube. And that download right there, that was songs that I recorded while I was like my demo, because some people
Oh.
found my demo on eBay and like sent me the songs. I was like, well, send it to me.
He's
It
like,
was
yeah,
amazing.
that's me. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, where you get that from?
Well, Raquel,
So
thank you
yeah.
so much. You're like
Thank
just a breath of
you.
fresh air. Your smile is so contagious. So happy for you. Happy Valentine's
Happy
Day!
Valentine's Day. Thank you so much. I had a
Yes,
wonderful time. Thank you for
thank
having me.
you. All right, I'm gonna follow you on your socials. See you soon.
Please. Okay.
Bye. And y'all, our next guest, he is one of South Florida's most popular, recognized DJ from 99 Jams, DJ Nasty. Oh. I think I did that right. But before I speak to him, we have a quick commercial. We'll be right back.
Take a moment to think about who we are. We're strength that can bring about change. We're talent, a lot of talent. We're tradition. We're brotherhood and sisterhood, unity. We're part of this nation's history and also part of its future. Because greatness is what our history is made of. The Children's Trust proudly celebrates Black History Month.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman & Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family, our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman & Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
February 22nd to the 25th, join your favorite culinary stars at the Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival.
If you haven't been down here and checked this out, you are missing it.
Don't miss out on the gastronomic extravaganza that's making waves.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Take part in masterclasses, tastings, exclusive events, and so much more. Proceeds benefit educational programs and scholarships at Florida International University.
Eat, drink, and educate.
Tickets available now at SoBWFF.org.
All right, y'all. So every morning I tune in to DJ Nasty, 99 Jams. Did I do that right? How's it go?
Nah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing it, and you can actually do it for me forever.
I think I butchered it.
I like the way you do that.
Okay. All right. If you like it, then I'm good then. All right.
You better believe it. You better believe it.
Let's get into it. So we just celebrated 50 years of hip hop.
Yes.
And to commemorate, you hosted a concert during the Dolphins game on the 7th, which featured Miami's own Trina, Rockstar, Trick Daddy, Uncle Luke, and also Rich Forever, Rick Ross.
Yes.
So here you go right here.
That's me.
Doing your thing.
Yeah. That is me. Yes.
That's you right there. So, okay. How did this collaboration with the Dolphins come about?
Well, really how it all came about, shout out to Uncle Luke. He was the one behind the scenes to really put it all together. And once he put it together, he gave me a call and asked me if I wanted to be a part of it. I'm like, I mean, it's 50 years of hip hop, number one. And number two, you're calling me of all people to curate this thing. And I was 1,000% excited when I got that call. So, and a lot of people don't know I actually toured with Uncle Luke. So it was kind of like a match made in heaven. So we just went ahead and put it all together, and those guys are the easiest guys in the world to work with. So, shout to Trina, shout to Trick Daddy, CO, Rick Ross. Like it was easy and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's Miami. Like that's us. Okay,
Yeah.
so why do you think this was important for the community, especially during the Dolphins halftime show?
Well, I mean, you've never seen the Dolphins infuse themselves with anything like this. So that right there out the gate was immediately important for me. And I knew that would be important for the entire city of Miami. You know what I'm saying? So it was almost like a no-brainer. Once the Dolphins said, hey, we want you to perform, what? Too easy.
Yeah, of course. And I'm sure it was a big turnout. The crowd was amplified. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was so funny because it was the halftime show of the Buffalo Bills and the Dolphins. And it was 70,000 people. So you can imagine. And this game was actually supposed to be at 1 o'clock game, but the implications of the game was so big, they moved it to a night game, which made the performance even bigger. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's awesome. Well, so you first started as an MC at Florida A&M University.
Go Rattlers.
And fast forward 50 years for hip hop.
Right.
Tell us about your contribution to Miami's hip hop culture.
I mean, I've broken a lot of records. I've helped a lot of artists get into the game as far as Miami artists are concerned. I started when I was at FAMU. I literally had no equipment at all. I didn't have anything. And there was a DJ, his name is Saxwell, rest in peace. I asked him to get on his microphone. And when I got on his microphone, I just did my thing because I was inspired by Uncle Al, DJ Uncle Al. And I just did my thing. And the next thing you know, it just took off from there. So rest to Saxwell, rest to Uncle Al. Those guys really helped me get my career started. And then when you start looking at guys like DJ Khaled, what he's done for the city of Miami, you want to emulate that as much as possible. So I just took my own route. And, next thing you know, 20 some odd years later, here I am.
So when did you realize, Mama, I made it? Like at what point in your life were you like, dang, I really did that?
When I got the call to get on 99 Jams back in 2009, like that is a beyond lifetime dream come true, especially being born and raised in this community. Used to wake up in the morning, used to listen to James T, Tamara G, Marvin Dixon. And now you fast forward all those years later and you're doing the same thing that those guys are doing or those guys did. I immediately, once I got the call to get on 99 Jams, like, Mama, I made it.
That's awesome.
And the funny thing is, Mama wasn't with all of this at first. A DJ, you want to be a DJ? I'm like, Ma, I spent all this money for you to go to school and you want to be a DJ? And now Mama loves it. She loves it.
She's proud of you. I'm sure she is. Yeah.
Every minute of it.
So do you think that Miami's hip hop is different than other hip hop?
1000%. Miami has its own sound, it has its own culture, it has its own vibe. It's just like if you go to Popeyes and you go to KFC. Same thing. Same piece of chicken, but Popeyes season their chicken a little bit different than KFC. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's really how you can compare it. You can't really emulate the Miami sound because it's just so authentic. You can't do
Very authentic.
But this is why all other phases of hip hop always celebrates that Miami sound because it's different. Like the East Coast has its sound, the West Coast has its sound, the South has its sound, but Miami has a special sound that nobody could ever take from us.
It's totally different. So
you better believe it.
What do you think is the current state of hip hop and rap?
I think it's in a good place. I think it could be better. I think a lot of the older MCs and rappers, I think, should give a little bit more game to the younger rappers coming up. But at the same time, I'm not mad at it because, they started a whole revolution of hip hop via the internet, via social media. So I'm not mad at it. And again, it's more opportunity for a lot more artists to get their music heard, to get, seen. So I'm not mad at it. I think hip hop is in a great state right now.
Yeah, and I feel like the new artists that's out right now, they do pay respect and homage to the past, artists that came out. Okay, so DJ Nasty, I know you're going to be at Jazz in the Gardens this year.
Yes, baby.
Before we wrap it up.
Yeah, Jazz in the Gardens. I'm very excited about it. When I got the call from the city of Miami Gardens, I thought they just wanted me to DJ, but they wanted me to put on a show similar to the halftime show that we did for the Dolphins. So I got a lot of surprises. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun. So,
all right.
Got a lot of surprises. So.
All right. Well,
That's right. You better believe it.
All right. Well, DJ Nasty, thank you so much. And I'll be seeing you at Jazz in the Gardens.
You better believe it. It's going down, baby.
All right. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, love.
And y'all, my next co-host is Dr. Imani. Dr. Delvena. She is going to be talking about our mental health wellness and also our arts and culture connoisseur, Imani Latifa. But before they come on screen, we have a quick commercial. We'll be right back.
Take a moment to think about who we are. We're strength that can bring about change. We're talent, a lot of talent. We're tradition. We're brotherhood and sisterhood, unity. We're part of this nation's history and also part of its future. Because greatness is what our history is made of. The Children's Trust proudly celebrates Black History Month.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman & Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family. Our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman & Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
February 22nd to the 25th, join your favorite culinary stars at the Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival.
If you haven't been down here and checked this out, you are missing it.
Don't miss out on the gastronomic extravaganza that's making waves.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Take part in masterclasses, tastings, exclusive events, and so much more. Proceeds benefit educational programs and scholarships at Florida International University.
Eat, drink, and educate.
Tickets available now at SoBWFF.org.
Hey, Nicky, are you ready to take the couch? Recall last time I was with you, we talked about early onset dementia. That was the part 1. This is part 2, ways to reduce your risk of early onset dementia. New research has shown that 40% of Alzheimer's dementias and related dementias can actually be prevented or mitigated if we do certain things or avoid certain things in our lifestyle. February is National Senior Independence Month. This is a month that we talk to our seniors and we recognize them and we teach them ways to stay young. Obviously, we cannot avoid the chronological age increase, but we can stay young in our spirits and our hearts and physically as much as possible. Last time I spoke about 3 major ways to help control or reduce the risk of early onset dementia. I mentioned diet and exercise, lifestyle. I want to give you some more tips. And I also mentioned sleep hygiene. Those 3 things are very important, but there's other things we can do that can reduce the risk of early onset dementia. Are you ready? So, Nicky, I don't have time to go over all of the different lifestyle factors that can lead to early onset dementia, and I don't have time to list all the things we can do to avoid it. But I do have time to share with you that we can prevent or help slow early onset dementia. Early onset dementia is when people have signs of dementia before the age of 65. Some of the things we can do really quickly: move and not sit. Move and not sit. You got to move around. You have to move your body. You have to move the blood in your body and circulate those things so that you're not just sitting. So being a couch potato, sitting, watching television every day, all day, not getting outside, getting fresh air, not exercising, that can actually increase the risk of developing certain types of dementias. Not being cognitively fit. I did mention this previously in part 1, but I want to emphasize it again in part 2 because it's so important. So doing things like reading, writing, doing crossword puzzles so that you are exercising your brain, talking and having fruitful conversations with people, watching certain shows that really get your brain flowing and thinking. So watching things like Jeopardy, different types of game shows that'll get your brain thinking and clicking. Doing things like yoga and meditation will help also because it helps to relax the brain. It puts you in a more relaxed, tranquil state, and hopefully it helps to control stress. When we have uncontrolled stress, that can lead to things like depression, and we know that depression is a factor in developing early onset dementia. So we want to do things to mitigate or to resolve stress so that stress doesn't cycle into anything more serious. So I hope these tips are helpful to you and to our viewers. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to call my office at 305-981-1700. Brain love.
Peace and beautiful blessings, my MIA fam, and welcome to another Arts and Culture Report by Imani. Went to go check out my friend Mark Domont, his new exhibition called Papers. It was really lit. It was at the African Cultural Arts Center this past Friday was the opening, and I had attended. Oh my God, he has some fabulous stuff. I mean, he's been working on this piece for a couple of months to display during Black History Month. I'm sure you all have some phenomenal Black history things going on, but check this out. This is free and open to the public. It will be up for the next couple of months. There's Mark right there talking to all the fabulous guests. But if you are into Black art and supporting local Black artists in Miami, please check him out. He was absolutely amazing. My next stop was another gallery that I actually had the pleasure of doing a conversation about Black beauty and hair and history. Was in Fort Lauderdale. Shout out to the gallerists over there. This particular conversation and talks was about my usual Black beauty as an act of resistance, and this is the crowd participating. We had a DJ. You definitely want to check out this. So guys, if you're in town, please check out 24 Marie in Fort Lauderdale. They have some of the most finest Caribbean artists. You will not be disappointed. This conversation went well because we always have something to talk about with hair. So guys, thank you so much. I'll see you on the other side. Peace and beautiful blessings.
And a big shout out to my co-host again, Dr. Delvena and Imani Latifa, and to our special featured guest, recording artist Raquel, and of course, Miami's own favorite DJ, DJ Nasty. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on another episode of MIA Soul.